Welcome back to the IS Companion. Ladies and gentlemen, today we delve into a vital aspect of the Parliament of India, the legislative organ of the Union government, central to the country's democratic political system, which follows the Westminster model of government. This model is characterized by the interdependence of the legislative and executive branches, contrasting with the American system where the president is separate from the legislature. Articles 79 to 122 in Part 5 of the Indian Constitution outline the Parliament's organization, composition, duration, officers, procedures, privileges, and powers. Organization of Parliament. India's Parliament consists of three parts: the President, the Rajya Sabha, Council of States, and the Lok Sabha, House of the People. The Rajya Sabha, also known as the upper house, represents the states and union territories, while the Lok Sabha, the lower house, represents the people of India directly. Although the president is not a member of either house, he is integral to the parliament as no bill can become law without his assent. The president also summons, prorogues, and dissolves the Lok Sabha and addresses both houses. Composition of the two houses. The Rajya Sabha has a maximum strength of 250 members, including 238 representatives of states and union territories and 12 nominated by the President for their expertise in arts, literature, science, and social services. Currently, it has 245 members. State representatives are elected by the legislative assemblies through proportional representation by a single transferable vote. Representation in the Rajya Sabha varies by state population. The Lok Sabha can have up to 552 members, comprising 530 representatives of states, 20 of union territories, and two nominated by the President from the Anglo-Indian community. Currently, it has 545 members. Members are directly elected by the people from territorial constituencies based on universal adult suffrage, with elections conducted by the principle of the first-past-the-post system. The voting age was reduced from 21 to 18 years by the 61st Amendment Act of 1988. Elections and constituencies. Lok Sabha elections are based on territorial constituencies, ensuring uniform representation among states and within each state. After each census, adjustments are made to allocate seats and divide constituencies, governed by Delimitation Commission Acts. The 42nd and 84th Amendments froze the allocation of seats and division of constituencies based on the 1971 and later the 1991 census to encourage population control measures. Reservation of seats. Seats are reserved for scheduled castes, SCs, and scheduled tribes, STs, based on population ratios. Originally intended to last until 1960, this reservation has been extended regularly, most recently until 2020 by the 95th Amendment Act of 2009. Duration of the houses. The Rajya Sabha is a continuing body with no fixed term, with one-third of its members retiring every 2 years. Each member serves a 6-year term. The Lok Sabha is not a continuing body and has a normal term of 5 years but can be dissolved earlier by the President. During a national emergency, its term can be extended by 1 year at a time. Membership qualifications and disqualifications. To be a member of Parliament, a person must be an Indian citizen, take an oath, and meet age requirements: 30 years for Rajya Sabha, 25 years for Lok Sabha. Additional qualifications are prescribed by the Representation of People Act, 1951. Disqualifications include holding an office of profit, being of unsound mind, insolvent, or not a citizen of India, among others. Members can also be disqualified for defection under the 10th schedule. Vacating seats. A member vacates their seat if they hold double membership, become disqualified, resign, are absent without permission for 60 days, or are elected to the office of President or Vice President, among other reasons. Oath or affirmation. Before taking a seat, a member must swear to bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution, uphold India's sovereignty, and faithfully discharge their duties. Failure to do so results in penalties. Salaries and allowances. Members of both the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha are entitled to receive salaries and allowances as determined by the Parliament of India. Although the Constitution does not explicitly provide for pensions, Parliament has established provisions for pensions for its members. The salaries and allowances of the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha, as well as the Chairman and Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha, are also determined by Parliament. These are charged to the Consolidated Fund of India, ensuring that they are not subject to the annual vote of Parliament. In 1953, Parliament enacted the Salaries and Allowances of Officers of Parliament Act. This act defines Officer of Parliament to include the Chairman and Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha and the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Presiding Officers of Parliament. Each House of Parliament has its own presiding officers. The Lok Sabha has a Speaker and a Deputy Speaker, while the Rajya Sabha has a Chairman and a Deputy Chairman. Additionally, there are panels of chairpersons for the Lok Sabha and vice chairpersons for the Rajya Sabha. Speaker of Lok Sabha. Election and tenure. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha is elected from among its members as soon as possible after the first sitting of the House. When the position becomes vacant, the Lok Sabha elects a new Speaker, with the election date fixed by the President. Generally, the Speaker remains in office during the tenure of the Lok Sabha but must vacate the position if they cease to be a member of the Lok Sabha, resign by writing to the Deputy Speaker, or are removed by a resolution passed by a majority of all current members of the Lok Sabha after a 14-day notice. While a resolution for the Speaker's removal is under consideration, the Speaker cannot preside over the House but may participate in discussions and vote. Notably, when the Lok Sabha is dissolved, the Speaker remains in office until the new Lok Sabha convenes. Role, powers, and functions. The Speaker is the head and representative of the Lok Sabha, acting as the guardian of the House's powers and privileges and its committees. The Speaker's decisions in parliamentary matters are final, drawing authority from the Constitution, the rules of procedure and conduct of business of the Lok Sabha, and parliamentary conventions. The Speaker's key responsibilities include maintaining order in the House, interpreting the Constitution and procedural rules, adjourning or suspending House meetings in the absence of a quorum, casting a vote in the event of a tie, presiding over joint sittings of both Houses, and certifying money bills. The Speaker also decides on members' disqualifications under the 10th schedule, chairs the Indian Parliamentary Group and conferences of presiding officers, appoints committee chairpersons, and oversees committee functions. The Speaker's role demands independence and impartiality, supported by provisions such as security of tenure, fixed salaries charged to the Consolidated Fund of India, immunity from discussion on conduct, and exclusion from judicial scrutiny regarding parliamentary procedures. Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha. Like the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker is elected by the Lok Sabha from its members after the Speaker's election. The Deputy Speaker serves during the tenure of the Lok Sabha unless they cease to be a member, resign, or are removed by a resolution passed by a majority of all current members following a 14-day notice. The Deputy Speaker acts as the Speaker in the latter's absence or when the Speaker's office is vacant, with equivalent powers. The Deputy Speaker also presides over joint sittings of Parliament in the absence of the Speaker. The Deputy Speaker's salary and allowances are fixed by Parliament and charged to the Consolidated Fund of India. While presiding, The deputy speaker can only cast a vote in case of a tie and, when not presiding, participates as an ordinary member. Chairman of Rajya Sabha. The chairman of the Rajya Sabha is the Vice President of India. During periods when the Vice President acts as President or performs presidential duties, they do not fulfill the chairman's role. The chairman's powers and functions are akin to those of the Lok Sabha Speaker, except for deciding on money bills and presiding over joint sittings of Parliament. Unlike the Speaker, the chairman is not a House member and votes only to break ties. The chairman's salaries and allowances are fixed by Parliament and charged to the Consolidated Fund of India. When the Vice President acts as President, they receive the President's salary and allowances. Deputy Chairman of Rajya Sabha. The Deputy Chairman is elected from among Rajya Sabha members and serves until the term ends or they cease to be a member, resign, or are removed by a resolution passed by a majority of all current members after a 14-day notice. The deputy chairman acts in the chairman's absence or when the chairman's office is vacant. While presiding, the deputy chairman has similar powers to the chairman but votes only in case of a tie. Panel of chairpersons and vice chairpersons. The Lok Sabha Speaker and Rajya Sabha Chairman nominate panels of chairpersons and vice chairpersons, respectively, to preside in their absence. These nominees hold the same powers when presiding. However, if the offices of Speaker or Deputy Speaker in the Lok Sabha, or Chairman or Deputy Chairman in the Rajya Sabha are vacant, specific members appointed by the President or House perform these duties until elections fill the vacancies. Secretariat of Parliament. Each House of Parliament has its own secretariat, headed by a Secretary General appointed by the presiding officer. The recruitment and service conditions of the Secretariat staff are regulated by Parliament, ensuring the effective functioning of the legislative process. Thank you.